Hi, welcome to Life Issues Chat with Michelle. Today's topic is going to be very interesting. You can see the excitement in my face. You know why? Because recently I carried out a poll on social media and around me asking people to choose if they want to have a child or get married to someone who they love or someone who is genetically compatible with them. And I was surprised that 30% of these people would rather be with someone they love and is not genetically compatible with them. You're surprised that like I am, right? In this 21st century, you may ask. But then, most of them are not aware of the gravity of their choice and decision. And that is why I'll be discussing genotype and sickle cell disease. For those who don't know what a genotype is, let me start by explaining what is a gene. A gene is a section of the DNA that encodes a trait. It is through the gene you get the traits you inherited from your mother, your father, like the color of your hair, the color of your eyes, and many more. Now, this gene exists in different forms in an organism. These forms are known as the alleles. Now, the subsequent combination of alleles an individual possess in a specific gene is what is called a genotype. We have different types of genotype. We have AA, we have AS, we have SS, and we have AC, which is not common. Now, anyone who has genotype AA can marry or have a child with anybody with any genotype. That means AA is genetically compatible with any other genotype. But when you have AS, that means you have a trait of sickle cell disease. This genotype is AS. You're not supposed to have a child with someone whose genotype is AS or SS. In fact, you should stay away from people whose genotype has the S trait, because once you have the AS genotype, you have the trait of sickle cell, but you don't have the disease. Now, if you have a child with someone who also have an S in their genotype, just know that there's 100% possibility that you give birth to a child who will suffer from sickle cell disease. Sickle cell disease is a genetic disease of the red blood cells. Every human being has red blood cells, and the normal red blood cells has a round shape. This shape enables the red blood cells to be flexible, to move around, and supply oxygen to different tissues and organs in the body. But someone who has a sickle cell disease does not have these round shaped red blood cells. The red blood cells are shaped like a crescent moon or a sickle. And because of that, movement becomes difficult for these red blood cells, because sometimes they get rigid, sometimes they get sticky, sometimes they get stuck in small blood vessels. Once this happens, oxygen is not adequately supplied to different tissues and organs in the body. The organs in the body lack the necessary oxygen supply, they begin to shut down, resulting to organ failure, resulting to death and constant pains for the sickle cell disease patient. And that is why sickle cell disease patients need 100% attention at all times. They need to constantly be on their medications, be in touch with their doctors. They need to avoid certain food and exercise. And whoever is close to them need to always monitor them. There's no cure for sickle cell disease, although there's an option of bone marrow transplants, which is very expensive and quite risky. There is no medical cure for sickle cell disease. Now, the only way to avoid this disease is to avoid having a child with someone who is not genetically compatible with you. Those parents who have sickle cell disease children deserve some accolade, because they are doing a lot to make sure those children are alive. And if you've taken care of a sickle cell patient before, you deserve an award. So those of you who don't know the importance of knowing your genotype, I think you should go check your genotype and make sure you know the genotype of whoever you're about to get married to or have a child with. Especially for all those young girls who are out there looking for one celebrity or one rich guy to be a baby mama to. You have to find out your genotype and the genotype of the person you want to get pregnant for. Don't bring a child into this world to suffer. Don't bring a child into this world because of your selfishness. They say the word is enough for the wise.